Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. It's very nice to see you all again. I do apologize for I did intend to stream either Sunday or Monday, but unfortunately my dumb head, my big dummy head, decided to injure myself in the gym a little bit, doing pressing, doing shoulder pressing. It's mostly good again now. It's still a little bit sore if I turn my head all the way to the side. I can feel it kind of down along the base of my neck, kind of down into the behind the shoulder blade. I just unfortunately have issues back around there. I just have issues around the neck. It's just and the shoulders. It's something that I'm probably just gonna have to deal with for a long time, unfortunately. But we keep on going. We keep on going. But yeah, I'm glad to be able to get back to streaming at least. At least, like, I don't think I would have been able to stream yesterday because I would have been cranky because of how sore I was. I would have been sitting here like every now and again going like, ow. You know what? 2 minutes actually. I'm just gonna do something very quick. Just a little bit warm here. It's gonna get warmer as the sea goes. There we go. There we go. That's much more comfortable. Much more comfortable. I'm not like my legs aren't like boiling anymore. How am I feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better at least. My neck isn't as stiff as it was, so that's good. So yeah. It's a bit annoying. I don't know. Maybe I just went a little bit too heavy, or my form went for a bit. But look, it's okay. It's okay. It looks like it was only like a 2-day thing, so I'm sure by tomorrow it should mostly be clear and. Probably by the end of Wednesday, by end of tomorrow, it should be okay. It should be okay, I think. But how are you, Nora? How are you, Sunshine? You know, Sunshine, whenever I see your name, I always think of, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I told you once, dear, you really loved me. Wait, no, it's you told me once, dear. I think I said I told you. I told you you really loved me. What do you mean I made that up? Get back here. The story takes on a whole new meaning. I have a tiny bit of tea left. So I'm going to take a sip. You finally did the 3 videos for your class. Who knew a neighbor's dog knew you needed to record? Oh no. Was he was watching, or she was watching, or they were watching, maybe it's multiple dogs. Or like watching you, or like listening for when you'd be talking, and then we're like, well, okay, go, start barking. But I hope you did well. I know you had to do like recordings and stuff. Excuse me. Good job getting it done. Though. Do you have them submitted, or are you like still kind of like doing some final little touches on them? Maybe a small bit of editing to remove mistakes and stuff. I remember doing a team project before where we had to record a video. We had to record basically a presentation. And I remember it took a good, I want to say 4 hours. It took like a good 4 hours of recording and pausing and unrecording because some of the people kept like mixing up their lines, or they kept like stumbling over or getting way too flustered and nervous. Like I remember at one point we actually just stopped trying to record. We were just like, no, 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 it's cool. We just sat there for like a good 30 minutes just chatting away. And then we went back into it, and it kind of helped the girl, because I think what happened was the girl just got way too flustered, and like was like really panicked and kept tripping up because of that. Hopefully you finish this class this week. The moment you record them, you just submitted the reports. Nice job, good job, Nora. I did not get that luxury. I had to go through. I had like I think I ended up just doing like what I ended up doing was, rather than like restarting from the beginning, we started just pausing whenever we made a mistake. And so I had to go through like an hour and a half footage and cut out like all of the mistakes and then edit it down to like I think it was like 15 minutes or something, however long the final piece was allowed to be. I actually remember, I think we did really well on that. We actually did really well on that class. That project. I think we were like one of the highest, possibly even the highest. You couldn't edit them due to the class rules, but you did them in one take, even though it took at least 13 tries. That's so unfair. Like, it is completely, I don't know. It's just, especially because like people can get caught, like they might not have the room to do it. Like, I don't know. I feel like if like editing a video is a good skill to have in the first place. Like, it's a whole different story if like you're like cutting out whole sections of your thing or something. But you know, okay, I didn't like this really long pause because my mind went blank during this, so I'll just cut it out for when I actually kept talking. I don't know how I feel. I think if I was a professor, I'd be totally fine. I'd be totally fine with my students like just editing. And when I say editing, I don't mean like, I don't want like sound effects. I don't want like hit markers when they make a good point, or like the horn blaring. Hello, Averki Dova. Welcome in, Dragon. But like, you know, just like snipping out mistakes. I don't mean like every time they go or for like half a second or like a second. Those are fine. But like, you know, if they like really stumble over their words, or they like this, you know, they exactly that. You know, they lose their train of thought, or they stumble and they keep repeating a word, trying to get back into rhythm. That type of thing, I'd be totally fine with them being like, yeah, sure. You know, I don't mind you cutting that out. I think maybe some, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. It's basically, here's how I did the assignment, and if I made a mistake, I just start from the beginning, and the professor is pretty chill. Thank God your mic would cut off after saying some stuff. Oh, so you could like take a breath, like it wouldn't capture like the dogs barking. I guess maybe it had decent noise filtering. I went for a nice walk today. I went for a nice walk and it was really bright and sunny, so I was very happy. But it was like bright and sunny, but there was like a nice breeze there, so I wasn't hot at all. Even in the sun, I was like fairly comfortable. But what I noticed today was, and still just looking out the window, looking at the sky, it's still bright out. Like, it's starting to get dark, you know. It's definitely in twilight hours, but it's slowly getting longer. The days are really getting longer. This is probably the first time that I've really noticed, like, oh, it's like it's almost 10 o'clock. It's almost like 10 o'clock, and yet it's totally fine. Wait, hang on. Hello, Kotsid. Welcome in. Hello, sir. You are not allowed. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, long time no. I don't know why. For some reason, I had to delete something because that didn't make any sense. But hello, Kotsid, long time no see. It has been a long time no see. It's nice to see you again. It's been raining here constantly. Oh, Nora, I'm sorry. I was talking to Shroomy. Earlier today, and she was like, "There's like a flood warning where she is, so she might get like the day off." But like, I was like, "Oh God, no, stay safe, stay safe. Don't get like swept away in the floods, please." She was like, "If you ever come over to Louisiana, I can show you like all the stuff, all the cool things, all the foods." And I was like, "Sounds good." I'd be like, "Oh, I'd love to see it in like autumn time." She's like, "Oh yeah, sure, but that's hurricane season too, by the way." And I was like, "Well, I'm not going there during autumn or fall, as they call it. The Americans call autumn fall because leaf fall on ground." But no, dude, I heard a hurricane. I would fuck that. No siree. Not for me. Not happening. Just no. I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal with like a level 5 hurricane throwing me 500 miles away. That would not be good for my health, I think. It's crazy that there are people there who chase hurricanes and tornadoes and stuff. Those are wild people. Nowhere near insane as the cave divers. Those I don't even know. Like, you know what? No, I do get it. It's kind of like a Faustian spirit type thing. You understood the Slavic Greek folklore? I do not. I don't know much about Slavic folklore or Greek folklore. You remember here in Puerto Rico, in fall, there've been tourists complaining about power outages. Little did they know it's peak hurricane season. Oh, that's just not smart, though. You know what? If all I had to deal with was a couple of power outages and not get like battered by a hurricane, I'd be okay. That's it. That's kind of like their fault, though. That's their fault. Like, I almost did that. I was like, oh yeah, it'd probably be really cool to go see like a swamp in autumn. I wonder what it would be like. And then it's like, oh yeah, like it's swampy. If it's to study hurricanes so that people know how to protect themselves, it's cool. But hurricane chasing for fun sounds wild. Well, yeah, there's tornado chasers and stuff. They have those like big cars, and they lock themselves down into the ground using spikes. I think one time that did not work, and one of them got picked up and died, unfortunately. The weather here is crazy. It's raining, and the next is hailstorm. Ooh. Stay safe, Nora. I'm sure it's probably fine. It's probably just like, really heavy rain and then hailstorm, but just in case there's like flooding or anything. Ireland can change on a dime as well. It can go from lovely, bright, sunny weather to, suddenly there's a cloud and now it's pouring down rain. One of the things that's also interesting about Ireland is that, like, it feels like the heat does not stay. And the only way I can explain that is when you're in the sun, it can be lovely and warm. It can be really nice and warm. The moment the sun goes behind a cloud, it's like cold. Like there is the heat doesn't like hold at all. It just almost evaporates the moment the sun is hidden. You're like, whew. Hello, Pip. Hiya, Pip. How's the duck? How are you? It's nice to see you. I feel like my you know what? I'm going to hang on. My facial tracking. It's starting to get a little bit too dark now, so my tracking is going a little. Hang on. I think, there we go. Now we have proper tracking again. Good, so tired. Your sleep schedule is so bad. How about you? Oh no, Pip. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your sleep schedule gets fixed soon. I can't really say much, though. My as you can hear, I'm a little bit eepy too. Someone may have stayed up until like 5 a.m. to watch basketball. Um, Oopsies. But you know what? It was worth it because the Denver Nuggets versus the Oklahoma, I think it is the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder. What a game. That was such a fun game. That was a really fun game. I cannot believe that Aaron Gordon hit that go-ahead buzzer beater. What a way to win the game. I can't believe Nuggets stole it. The Nuggets stole the game at the very end. It's fine. You're messing it up yourself. Hello, Shroomy. It's nice to see you. How are you? I was talking about like how you were like telling me all about Louisiana, and then I was like, oh, I'd love to go there like during autumn and like see what it's like. Like, you know, is it like colorful and stuff? And yeah, and you were like, oh yeah, that's hurricane season. I was like, no. Oh, okay, that plan's gone. Was the Celtics versus Knicks? It was not. It was Nuggets versus the Thunder. I was like, I thought the Nuggets had lost it. You got to see the Knicks game. It was really good. I really only follow the Denver Nuggets. I'm sorry. I'll check it out though. I'll see some highlights. I just like Jokic and I like Gordon, and Westbrook is pretty cool. I see why people like him. Denver. Yeah, I like Jokic. He's really good at the basketballings. He put the ball in the net good. Denver, like, your like arch nemesis. Okay, I got it out there eventually. Yeah, they've been really good. Yeah, I heard that like that was a pretty good game. Nope, just would not suspect Denver of all places. It's solely because there's just like this guy Jokic. I just watched like a random video about him like a couple of years ago, and I started just kind of like vaguely watching, and then I just kept watching. The thing though, oh man, it is painful watching American streams. You got like the amount of adverts you guys have. The amount of adverts is insane. Especially with all the timeouts, the challenges. Like oh my god, ads every 10 minutes. It's more like ads every, especially at some points, because sometimes it's like there might be like 3 or 4 timeouts and then like a challenge very close together, because like both sides are like trying to get it up on each other, and it's like oh yeah, cool, I've watched 5 minutes of basketball and I've got to watch 6 minutes of ads. I'm really enjoying this. You've been watching the New York Mets. Is that the Mets, baby? It's all about the Mets. Let's go Mets. Hit a home run. I love the Mets. American football is the same way. Yeah, that's the thing with American football. Like, American football is like perfect for advertisers because there's so much downtime. It is, here's a play. Okay, it's over. We can stick an advert in, baby. That's your team. But I people often like, some people like ridicule American football because they wear all the armor. The fact they wear the armor means that they're able to hit very, very, very hard. As someone who played rugby, I quite enjoyed the physicality, the tackling. I was actually a very good tackler. I would tackle anyone, and then I got a concussion tackling someone. Oopsies. I got a knee into the head, and that was not, Ruadh head meeting knee was not a good decision on my part. You've not watched them in in a hot sec. Oh God, Ruadh, yeah. My brain did a little bouncing. It went for a little bit of a joyride in my skull. It was like, I want to go over here and I want to go over here. You know what it was like? I say my brain was like, you know the old DVD symbol when like you wouldn't have a DVD in, or like a not even a DVD, like a tape recorder, or no, sorry, a video player, and it would bounce around the screen. That's what my brain was like, I think. And it was like doo, 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 doo. And then I was like on the ground staring into the sky. Ugh. But yeah, I thought it was over though. Like unironically, the I like turned off my stream because I was like, okay, yep, Nuggets lost. They blew it. They blew their chance to make a comeback because Pip. Oh yeah, Pip. I wanted to say this. The Nuggets were losing. They were trailing in the score from, I think it was like minute 1 and 30 seconds in the first quarter, and they only got the lead back 2 seconds before the game ended. Talk about cutting it close, but they were very clutch. They made a comeback. They made some comeback. I could not believe it. They got very lucky in a way, but I think they have a lot to be happy about. You always waited till it hits the corner. I think that, yeah, we always liked watching it hit the corners. That was fun. I remember one time in like a class, we were all like waiting for it. Then when it finally happened, we all like jumped out of our seats. We're like, yeah. It was funny. Oh my God, that reminds me of a teacher who rather than ever actually teaching, all he used to do was put on like DVDs and video like old videos from like the 90s and like the 80s, all about like, I think it was geography. It was like old geography things. They were good. They were really fun. They were really nice to watch. It was almost like a break, but it was like he would do nothing else. He would just sit there. He would either leave, and I think he'd usually just go get like lunch, or he would just be on Facebook. If you ever walked up to him to ask him a question and you glanced at his laptop or his like computer, he was just on Facebook. Do you guys remember that farming game on Facebook? I remember that was like all the rage for a while. Everyone was playing that, like, oh, can you go visit my farm and like water my wheat for me? Thank you. Then you would like poke people like, oh hey, go to my farm. Go to my farm right now. And now the Germans have their farming simulator games. Their working simulators. The Germans can now, because it seems to be mainly Germans who play it, can now work a full day, go home and continue working. They are a very industrious people, and I'm glad that they finally got some real gaming representation. Wait, hang on a second. There we go. Where's my bottle of water? Oh, there it is. All you know from Facebook was Candy Crush. I never really played that much. There's a couple of mobile games that I played though that are really, really good. You don't even use Facebook. I use it for a tiny bit, but like I'm not really a social media person, other than like Twitter. And like that's because I'm a VTuber. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's a mobile game called Pixel Dungeon Shattered. I would highly recommend it to anyone. I think it's a roguelike, and it's pretty tough. Like I died a lot, but it's a really good game. It's a really, really good game. Everyone uses Twitter and you don't. Oh, I'm sorry, Pip. I know it's technically. Hang on. I know it's technically X now, but like everyone still calls it Twitter, I think. I saw recently that Discord is going to be apparently like the CEO or whatever of Discord is stepping down. There's a new person coming on, and he immediately started talking about the company going public, which means not good things. Not very good things at all. You had to get Twitter for Marvel stuff. Are you a big Marvel fan, Nora? I'm going to admit I have not watched many of the Marvel movies. I did not really watch any of the biggest superhero films in recent times. Like maybe the odd one here and there, but not a whole lot. Ugh. Marvels are so good. I probably should dedicate like I should spend like 2 weeks someday just watching like loads of them and being like, okay, let's see what the hype is. But you know what I need to do? I was watching it for a while. I really need to get back to it. I was watching where the hell's the box? Oh wait, I know where the box set is. The Sopranos. I think I'm on like season 2, like the end of season 2. So I need to get back to watching that. Because the longer I leave it, the more I'm gonna forget where I was. Watch the old ones. The new ones are so bad. Yeah. Everything's just slop these days. Everything's just the same recycled slop. And if they don't have like similar slop to make, they just take an old IP and remake it, reimagine it, relaunch it, and then they get a whole like 2 more movies out of it. The old Marvels are all gone. It all started when you watched Captain America: First Avengers. When you watched that shirtless Steve Rogers scene. That's fair. That's fair. I can see why someone would be hooked. It's like when a young teenage girl watches Twilight for the first time, and the pretty vampire boy is like all broody and dark, and their heart beats faster and like and like their love of vampires awakens. And then the werewolf boy shows up and they don't know what to do. Oh, sorry. My shoulder and neck is still a little bit sore. But it's okay, I think. It's okay. Ugh. It's just I like turn my body to try and keep motion. Everyone was with Twilight and you were like, so Avengers. Nora likes her men buff and super soldier like. Which makes sense. I'm going to go fill up my bottle of water. So I will be back in a little bit. And then I think we'll get into the reading. We're going to be continuing on our reading of the Fianna. And I hope it will be nice and cozy. They always like the buff for some reason. Pip, are you more of a fan of like the lean, the like lithe figures? The really not like really skinny, but like not like jacked and muscly. You want to see the Thunderbolts? You heard it's good. I've heard that it's good as well. Maybe I should go see it. I don't know. Anyway, see you guys in 2 secs. Hello, I'm back. The thing is that like whenever I like step away for a sec and I like sit back down, I can't like I need to get a BRB screen. I need to get like a proper BRB screen. I've been saying that for a while that I want to get a BRB and an ending screen. I'd love to get like an animation, like an animated thing. But anyway, I like I can't sit down and take like, an extra minute or two just to be like, okay, let's just like chill for a sec. Okay, back into stream. Because the moment I sit down, I'm moving around and you guys can see that I'm back. Wait. Wait, what? You prefer regular? Maybe a little abs. I see. All your old players are gone. You missed them? Oh no, Shroomy. Maybe there's one person. Just dupe your basic screen and get rid of Sprout. Yeah, that is probably the easiest way to do it. I'm just lazy. I don't like having too many scenes, even though it's probably something that I should be doing. But like I remember the first time that happened to me when I got my live 2D, I like stepped away for a sec and I was like I sat down and I was like just like looking at my phone for a sec and then I was like, oh no. They can see I'm back. You forgot you got your Marvel Cinematic Universe book. Basically gives the entire cinematic universe. It's a chunky boy. Hell yeah, Nora. Nice. Only Marte. Do I recognize that name? Hang on. Mets Marte. Starling Marte. No, I don't. I do not. I looked at baseball for a little while. For like I think a single season. I think I was just watching Shohei Ohtani because I just heard like, oh, this guy playing baseball is like incredible, and I was like, okay, I'll watch him. And yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun, I will say. I was watching him during his time with the Angels. Man, did they suck. They really sucked. At least they had Mike Trout. He's pretty good at baseball. I did get to witness, though. I will say, I do apologize to my American friends. I understand it's your pastime. I understand it is America's pastime. But unless you have someone to cheer for, oh my god, is baseball boring. I am so sorry. Unless it's like a really close game or there's something on the line, it is a rough sport to watch. I'm sorry. I think what it is that I compare it to Ireland's stick game, and our stick game is a lot more fun. I do apologize, but that's the only way I can explain it. Our stick game is called hurling, or imoniucht in Irish. Let me see. That's a decent GIF. Wait. Oh, that's a good GIF. That's a good GIF. We'll see if I can use that one. Giphy, thank you. It's 15 aside. 15 aside on a grass pitch. I think the grass pitch is like 100 meters wide, I think, and 100 meters wide and 125 meters long. Let me double check that. Hurling pitch dimensions. Oh, sorry, no, I was off. I was off by a little bit on the width. So the width is 90 meters maximum and the length is 145 meters maximum. And then it's a minimum 130 and 80 meters minimum width. But in hurling, you have... Wait, hang on. Let me drag this. There we go. It's 15 aside, and you have these sticks, and you have a ball, a slitter, this thing. And your aim is to get it either into the net, where it's worth 3 points, or over the crossbar, where it's worth 1 point. And you can, there's a lot of rules, so like, you know the way how he's holding it in his hand? He cannot take more than 4 steps without releasing it from his hand in some way. And either soloing it, which is he hits it off his hurley and carries it on his hurley, or he can bring it back to his hand, or hand passing it. So you can't throw it. You kind of like toss the ball and then slap it with your hand. You've never seen this sport before. It is one of the best sports in the world. This GIF is kind of slowed down a little bit. Like this is like a slightly slowed version. It is incredibly fast. You were checking the standings and there's a team that's 6 wins and 28 losses. Oh no. Hurling. It's called hurling. Hurling. If I remember correctly, a fantastic game to watch, I think, would be, well, I think it was 2013, Cork versus Clare, the All-Ireland final. Cork versus Clare, the All-Ireland final, was a classic game. Absolutely incredible. If you're confused by the score, by the way, that's very common. The one on the left, the 0 on the left means goals, and then on the right is the points. And usually the points can get up to usually 20 points a game, and then various goals. But some games are crazy. But yeah, it's a super fast. What the heck is happening? I'm talking about hurling, and I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry. Baseball is kind of boring. Wait, hang on, let me sneeze. Although I will say this, and hi Tasty. I will say this. I got to watch the Olympics. Not the Olympics, sorry, the baseball World Classic, where Shohei Ohtani, bottom of the 9th. Japan is ahead by, I think, 1 run. It was 1 or 2 runs. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Who steps up to the plate for America's last chance but Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani's teammate in America with the Angels? That was unbelievable to watch, I will say. That was incredible to watch. That was what I loved about it was it just the atmosphere, and the one thing I will say about baseball as well is it's a very aesthetically pleasing game. I think just all the stances, the hats, just the look of it, the baseball feels. It's a very nice looking game. While this can be more rough and tumble, but it was really cool seeing Shohei and Mike Trout face off. I think what I loved as well is that because it's multiple, there's 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 4 balls, or they'll hit the ball and it'll go into play or whatever. Every single pitch becomes this really hyper tense moment. It's really cool. And Shohei Ohtani struck out his own teammate. It's a mad one. That was incredible watching. There's a lot of these are a lot of words for your smooth brain, but you make it sound fascinating. Oh, I'm sorry, Tasty. I was talking about, it was just baseball stuff. It was a pretty cool moment. Shohei versus Mike Trout. Two elite baseball players. I'd like to play baseball. I'd like to give it a try, just to learn how to bat and just kind of have fun with it. Although I feel like I just wouldn't, because I never played it, so I don't know if I'd be used to trying to hit the ball. I feel like someone would throw a slow ball, they couldn't even call it a fastball, and it would just sail right past me. I'd be like, oh, I didn't think it would be so fast. I'd have to go learn with all the kiddos I'd have to go to like where they're all like 5 and 6 years old, and I'm like learning how to Little League. Is that what you guys call it? Little League? Yeah, I play Little League, and I'd destroy everyone. I would, you know, there's a thing. Sorry, that was my phone. There's a thing where the catcher at home, so at home plate, can't block the plate. So what that means is they can't like impede the runner to touch the base and like be safe. But sometimes they do it normally. And what happens is sometimes they sprint and they just absolutely knock the catcher out of it. They just like basically tackle the catcher to get him off and get safe. And I'm imagining that like a full-grown adult playing that, but then like the catcher is like a child. The ball is at least 85 miles per hour. Yeah, that's the thing. That's like at like competitive. I like would not be capable of doing that. The return of the tackle glomp. I think 85 would be like 130. I don't know actually. Miles per hour to kilometers per hour. Hey, 136 kilometers per hour. 136 kilometers per hour. That's pretty good. There are people who can throw it 100 miles per hour. 105, I think, was the fastest I saw, like, in a game. 105, Jesus. Humans are insane. Humans are insane at what they can do. Oh, I'm upset at myself. I forgot to tweet. I forgot to post my tweet. I'm really mad. You know, that's one thing I really need to do. I need to start posting more tweets. I need to like make a goal to try and tweet at least once a day. Once a day a tweet. But the thing is that I just don't like. I know that there's other of my friends do that, but I don't know how they come up with things to say. I need to just allow myself to be silly. Oh. Hang on. Ugh. Sorry. My like neck was a little bit caught there. You feel like the silliest tweets are the ones that do well. Just do random topics that make no sense. Yeah. I'll have to embrace my like silly side. The real silly side. Okay, I'm going to try and do some reading, and hopefully my neck doesn't start acting up. The closing pitcher for the Mets, Edwin Diaz, threw the ball one time at 103, which was crazy. Yeah, the speed those guys are able to throw. Like they are the best throwers that have ever existed in humanity. Except for like probably some one freak of nature that existed back in like the Stone Age who could throw a spear at like 200 miles per hour for some random reason. Anyway, that person was me, by the way. I'm that person. Oh my god, I'm getting this like really annoying thing in my nose. It's like, I think I mentioned it before. It's like this feeling of pressure along my nose. It's like my sinuses. It was gone for a while, but it's come back. It's like just really frustrating. Maybe it's like allergies or something. Although usually allergies just make your nose stuffy. Well, depending on the severity of the allergy. Congestion, probably, yeah. Could be some chronic sinus issues. It's the first time I've ever gotten this as well. I don't know what it could be. You have it sometimes too. Anyway, let's let us get into today's reading. So we finished off with some stories about Fionn McCool and how he came to Vix will solve it. Vix. I'm gonna look this up because that name does not sound familiar to me. Vix humidifier. Oh, like a humidifier or... Yeah, you know what? I probably should do something like that. I should do some like steam stuff. You know, just like boil some water, put some like stuff into it, put a towel over my head and just hold my face over the steam for a while. Something like that. Try and clear my nose. But anyway, we had been doing some reading all about Fionn McCool. And we learned a little bit about his household, his many harpers and musicians, and the stories of his fights and those who challenged him. Now we get into the Burt of Bran. So I hope you guys enjoy this reading stream. This now is the story of the Burt of Bran. Finn's mother, Muirna, came one time to Alvun, and she brought with her Turin, her sister, and Eilen Eachtoch, a chief man of the Fianna of Ulster, was at Alvun at the time, and he gave his love to Turin, and asked her in marriage, and brought her to his own house. But before they went, Fionn made him give his word he would bring her back safe and sound if ever he asked for her, and he bade him find sureties for himself among the chief men of the Fianna. And Eilen did that, and the sureties he got were Cuilta and gold and Lugid lava, and it was Lugiv gave her into the hand of Eilen Eachtoch. But before Eilen made that marriage, he had a sweetheart of the Sheath, Uchtdelv of the Fair Breast, and there came great jealousy on her when she knew he had taken a wife. And she took the appearance of Fionn's woman messenger, and she came to the house where Turin was, and she said, Fionn sends health and long life to you, Queen. He bids you to make a great feast, and come with me now, she said, till I speak a few words with you, for there's hurry on me. So Turin went out with her, and when they were away from the house, the woman of the Sheed took out her dark druid Ruadh from under her cloak, and gave her a blow of it that changed her into a hound, the most beautiful there ever was. And then she went on, bringing the hound with her, to the house of Fergus Fionn king of the harbour of Goliv. And it was the way Fergus was. He was the most unfriendly man to dogs in the whole world, and he would not let one stop in the same house with him. But it is what Uchtdelv said to him. Fionn wishes you health and life, Fergus, and he says to you to take good care of his hound till he comes himself, and mind her well, she said, for she is but young, and do not let her go hunting when her time is near, or Fionn will be in no way thankful to you. I wonder at the message, said Fergus, for Fionn knows well there is not in the world a man who has less liking for dogs than myself. But for all that, he said, I will not refuse Fionn the first time he has sent a hound to me. And when he brought the hound out to try her, she was the best he ever knew, and she never saw the wild creature she would not run down. And Fergus took a great liking for hounds from that. And when her time came near, they did not let her go hunting any more, and she gave birth to 2 whelps. And as to Fionn, when he heard his mother's sister was not living with Eilen Eachtoch, he called to him for the fulfilment of the pledge that was given to the Fianna, and Eilen asked time to go looking for Turin, and he gave his word that if he did not find her, he would give himself up in satisfaction for her. So they agreed to that, and Eilen went to the hill where Uchtdelv was, his sweetheart of the Sheath, and told her the way things were with him, and the promise he had made to give himself up to the Fianna. If that is so, she said, if you will give me your pledge to keep me as your sweetheart, till the end of your life. I will free you from that danger." So Ireland gave her his promise, and she went to the house of Fergus Fionn Leah, and she brought Turin away, and put her own shape on her again, and gave her up to Fionn, and Fionn gave her to Luig Lava, that asked her in marriage. And as to the two whelps, they stopped always at Fionn, and the names he gave them were Bran and Skiolan. Or Skiolan. That was an interesting story. I was wondering, was she going to hit the kids with the druid rod or the whelps and turn them into actual babies? Chapter 4, Oisin's Mother. So this is probably Oisin from Oisin and Tír na Nog. It happened one time Fionn and his men were coming back from the hunting. A beautiful fawn started up before them, and they followed after it, men and dogs, till at last they were tired and fell back, all but Fionn himself, and Bran and Skiolan. And suddenly, as they were going through the valley, the fawn stopped and lay down on the smooth grass, and Bran and Skiolan came up with it, and they did not harm it at all, but were playing about, licking its neck and its face. Oh, I forgot to bring up my book. Excuse me, I have my book now. Ooh, I'm gonna just make sure that I have ads turned off. I don't. Ooh, good thing I checked, because you guys would have gotten hit with the ads, and I would have felt silly. Did I remember to follow? I did follow Rip Nicole. That was the person we raided last stream. She was very nice. I like her name, Rip Nicole. Ugh, my neck. Hang on, I'm gonna sit a little bit closer to the mic. This might be a little bit too close. Where were we? There was wonder on Finn when he saw that, and he went on home to Alvuin, and the fawn followed after him, playing with the hounds, and it came with them into the house at Alvuin. And when Fionn was alone late that evening, a beautiful young woman, having a rich dress, came before him, and she told him it was she herself was the fawn he was hunting that day, and it is for refusing the love of Far Durk, the dark druid of the men of Dea, she said, I was put into this shape. There's a lot of shape-shifting involved. And through the length of 3 years, she said, I have lived the life of a wild deer in a far part of Ireland, and I am hunted like a wild deer. And a serving man of the dark druid took pity on me, and he said that if I was once within the dune of the Fianna of Ireland, the druid would have no more power over me. So I made away, and I never stopped through the whole length of a day till I came into the district of Alvuin, and I never stopped till there was no one after me but only Bran and Skiolan. They have human wits, and I was safe with them, for they knew my nature to be like their own. Oh, so Bran and Skiolan are humans, actually. Just in dog form, because they were born of the dog mother. Hello, Mike. It's nice to see you. How are you? Good morning in Irish. Diagwit, Mike. How are you? It's nice to see you. Excuse me a moment. Sorry. I had to grab something. Diagwit, Mike. Mahmaden. Mahmaden? Or I guess Vahmaden. Or would it be Vahvaden? No, that sounds like German. Vatten. Probably Vahmaden. Is something like that is good morning. Good morning, but in Spanish. I'm not very good at Spanish. What's good morning in Spanish? Hang on. Maybe I do know it and I just can't think of it. Spanish good morning. Buen día. Buen día. Buen día. Oh wait. Oh yeah, buenos dias. Sometimes I don't think. Sometimes I don't think like I do know things. Buenos dias. Buenos dias, Mandy. Slap. Well. Sometimes I know phrases, but I don't stop to think like, wait, what does that mean? Buen dia means good day. Google Translate lied to me. But yeah, I was kind of looking at that. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh wait, that's very similar to Buenos Dias. Um, hang on, my shoulder is stiff. Oh, there we go. Buenos dias means good morning. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Maybe I should do that for ASMR someday. I just say a bunch of words in various languages. It changes because of the S. I see, I see. Ah, yeah, so it goes buen dia, and then it's buenos dias. Cool, cool. I apologize if my pronunciation is not good. Ugh, you should try different languages. Yeah, I think that would actually be a lot of fun. I watch those type of videos sometimes where they'll say hello and sleep or like certain words in like all different languages. You gotta check. You're gonna have to check the translations first. Yeah, I'm like I like think I'm saying good night to you, and I'm actually like telling you to go. I won't finish that sentence. A solid pronunciation. Thank you, Nora. Oh God, my neck. Just constantly stiff. Where were I? Where were I? Where was I? Oh yeah. Then Fionn gave her his love, and took her as his wife, and she stopped in Alvuin. And so great was his love for her, he gave up his hunting and all things he used to take pleasure in, and gave his mind to no other thing but herself. But at last the men of Loch Lawn came against Ireland, and their ships were in the bay below Ben Eder, and they landed there. And Fionn and the battalions of the Fianna went out against them and drove them back. And at the end of the 7 days, Fionn came back home, and he went quickly over the plain of Alvuin, thinking to see Sive, his wife, looking out from the dune, but there was no sign of her. And when he came to the dune, all his people came out to meet him, but they had a very downcast look. Where is the flower of Where is the flower of Alvuin? Beautiful, gentle Sive, he asked them, and it is what they said. While you were away fighting your likeness, and the likeness of Bran and Skjolin appeared before the dune, and we thought we heard the sweet call of the Dord Fian, and Sive, that was so good and so beautiful, came out of the house. And she went out of the gates, and she would not listen to us, and we could not stop her. Let me go meet my love, she said, my husband, the father of the child that is not born. And with that she went running out towards the shadow of yourself that was before her, that had its arms outstretched to her. But no sooner did she touch it, that she gave a great cry, and the shadow lifted up a hazel rod, and on that moment there was a fawn that was standing on the grass. 3 times she turned, and made for the gate of the dune. But the 2 hounds the shadow had with them went after her, and took her by the throat, and dragged her back to him. And by your hand of valour, Fionn, they said, we ourselves made no delay till we went out on the plain after her. But it is our grief, they had all but vanished, and there was not to be seen woman or fawn or druid, but we could hear the quick tread of feet on the hard plain, and the howling of dogs. And if you would ask every one of us in what quarter he heard those sounds, he would tell you a different route. Drown check. Did you poke my face? I was doing a nice dramatic reading of these stories, and you just come in here and poke me. You come in here and poke me. I will accept the drown check though. Thank you. It's nice to see you, Haru. Hope you're having a nice time. Sad that your Vietnamese coffee fills up only half a cup. But, huh? What makes a Vietnamese coffee? Is it like spicy? I feel like Vietnamese food sounds spicy. Have I had Vietnamese food? I'm trying to think. Have I had Vietnamese food? Is it? I don't know. What makes it Vietnamese coffee? Is it just from Vietnam, or is it like, you know? You don't think it's spicy, but it is good. It's like high quality coffee. That's good. I'm glad that you're enjoying some high quality coffee. I think that would be really funny. I think it's like, oh yeah, I got this coffee from I don't know, like China, and it has like ghost pepper in it. You never had any. I started drinking more coffee whenever I'm like working anyway. They do egg coffee though. Huh? What do you mean egg coffee, Mike? Your friend had it when he was in Vietnam, which is where he got you this coffee. I see. He says it tastes like a custard drink. Huh. Maybe it doesn't taste terrible. I like custard creams. They're a biscuit. They're really tasty. I haven't had a custard cream in ages, actually. It's probably a good thing though, because okay, most like biscuits, I'm very prone to constantly picking at them, and like a whole packet will be gone very quickly if I'm not careful, if I don't have any self-control. But of course, I have a lot of self-control. Where was I? Here we are. When Fionn heard that, he said no word at all, but he struck his breast over and over with his shut hands, and he went then to his inside room, and his own people saw him no more for that day, or till the sun rose over Maglife on the morrow. And through the length of 7 years from that time, whenever he was not out fighting against the enemies of Ireland, he went searching, and ever searching in every far corner, for beautiful Sive, and there was great trouble on him all that time, unless he might throw it off for a while in hunting or battle, and through all that time he never brought out to any hunting but the 5 hounds he had most trusted, Bran and Skiolan, and Lemuyra and Broad and Lumlua. The way there would be no danger for Sive if he ever came on her track. But after the end of 7 years, Fionn and some of his chief men were hunting on the sides of Bain Gulban, and they heard a great outcry among the hounds, that were gone into some narrow place. And when they followed them there, they saw the 5 hounds of Fionn in a ring, and they keeping back the other hounds. And in the middle of the ring was a young boy, with high looks, and he naked and having long hair, and he has no way daunted by the noise of the hounds, and did not look at them at all, but at the men that were coming up. And as soon as the fight was stopped, Bran and Skiolan went up to the little lad, whined and licked him, that anyone would think they had forgotten their master. Fionn and thank you, Mike, for the subscription. That's very kind of you. You gotta go to class, have a good stream. Thank you, Pip, for coming up. Have a nice class. I hope it's at least interesting. Take your money. Fine, I'll take your money. Thank you, Mike. It's always very appreciated. And thank you, Pip, for the head pat. Thank you. I imagine Pip might be maybe facing like finals or something soon. Some kind of you just saw you could buy a sub with crypto. Mike, you know what you should do? You should send me a whole special offer subscription for Ruadh for a month at 1 Bitcoin. Don't worry, Mike. Bitcoin ain't that expensive. You just have to send me a Bitcoin. Don't look at the price. Don't worry. Just send me a Bitcoin. One bitty. Just one. You know the way how like a bit on yeah. You know the way how a bit on Twitch is worth like 1 cent. A Bitcoin is just like it's like 100 bits. So don't worry. It's only like $1. It's only like $1. It's fine. You don't have finals? Not yet. I was saying that like they're probably coming up soon. Still remember how your dad invested in Bitcoin and it crashed? Oh no, did he invest? He invested recently, did he? Oh. Oh, still remember the man who threw away the flash drives with Bitcoins? Oh my god, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I remember he was like searching through like literal like trash heaps, like entire like dumps trying to find it. I imagine that is incinerated somewhere. Or someone else found it and like, if I found it I wouldn't fucking say shit. You get someone to hack it for you and then you shoot that person because, it's your money. But no, I can't imagine that guy. That guy must every day he must feel just horrible. Man, it really hurts, doesn't it? Imagine if you just had come across Bitcoin when it was like super, super cheap. You were like, what the hell is this thing? And you were like, you know what? I'll throw like €100 into this and just see what happens. I'll just hold because maybe it will do well. And then this random thing just explodes. Your hoarder ass wouldn't throw anything away. Haru, you should have bought the Bitcoins. You would have been fine. You get rug pulled. No, I don't want to get rug pulled. How are my investments doing? Let's take a quick detour from the book to look at my investments. I had a very strong day recently. A very, very strong day. I felt very good. Not very strong today. Down a little bit. Down like 70%. No, down 0.70%. 0.7%. Down 0.7%. Not 70. I'm touching wood right now. Not 70. 0.7. If it was down 70%, we would have a lot more issues. We would have a lot more issues than just... Hello, I apologize. I'll check something. But hello, King of Bagels. Hi, Woo. Hello, Bagels. How are you? Thank you, Haru, for the head pat. I need it because my neck is sore still. It's... I can look over my shoulder at least, but it's definitely... I can definitely feel it. Break it? Hang on. Let's see if you guys can hear my... No, I don't think you guys... I'd have to use the, like, 3DO and get, like, a really good crack. It's Brody, by the way. You changed your name. Oh, I see. Hello, Brody. It's nice to see you. Thank you for letting me know, because I didn't recognize the name, but it didn't come up as a first-time chat, so I was like, maybe this is someone I spoke to before, but I wasn't 100% sure. Thank you for letting me know. Hope you're doing well. Bagels with cream cheese. No, we discussed this before, that bagels are just... They rob you of bread. Real bread. Yeah, I've been watching because you've actually been touching grads. You've been touching grass. Grades. Grass. I understand. Touching grass is very important. A good wood-fired brewer. No, don't you fire up brewer. He's just getting toasty. He's just staying toasty by the fire. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to get like fully wood fired up. You get all burnt. Oh, dude, I got like a week back. I treated myself and I got myself a cinnamon bun before work. I was like so happy. Is it me or Brewer a bit burnt today? No, he isn't burnt at all. He's a very happy boy. You leave him alone. In a clay kiln. No, stop. I was forced because it was your birthday. Ah, no, I see. Well, for one, happy birthday, Brody. Congrats. I hope you had a nice time. I understand being forced to do things on your birthday, but I hope it was enjoyable. Let's throw Mike in a kiln. That's a great idea. Mike, do you want to go in the kiln? Do you want to get all toasty and fired up? Get in the kiln. Now. Yes. Oh, I thought I'd have to like force you into the kiln. Make you into a ceramic. I'll make you into the prettiest ceramic thing that I can. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do like, isn't it ceramic they use for like, they get like loads of different pieces of ceramic and they like make a painting out of it. I'll take ceramic Mike and I'll break them and I'll use them to make like a really cool painting or like a really cool piece of art. You went to a calf cafe? Know what your favorite animal is? Is it a cat? You want to go to one? I would like to go to a cat cafe too. That sounds really fun. I want to go to a maid cafe. I'm just saying. That looks cool. Is it bagels? You think it's a mouse? Ooh, it's an iguana? Ooh, that's a fun choice. That's a fun choice. I like that. It's a mouse? No, if you were a fan of mice, you wouldn't own cats. Well, like if they were like your favorite animal, because then they'd be like killing them. Iguanas are fun. I love barn owls. I mentioned this before, but I think barn owls are like really cool. You like reptiles and cats. Nice. Many a mice dead by iguana. Then you have like Komodo dragons. Komodo dragons are like crazy. They don't just immediately kill their prey. They'll usually like bite it, inject it with its like venom, and then just like follow it. They'll just follow it until it like falls over, and then they're just like, okay, time to eat. They're kind of rad that way. Imagine if humans developed poison. Like, why didn't at some point, like, surely at some point, we could have gone like, hey, evolution, give us like poison spit. No, then we couldn't kiss people. Who owns bearded dragons? It's so cute. You know someone who owns a bearded dragon? That's really cool. I would be very tempted to just poke their beard. Your cat was here before you were born, and then your parents bought kittens, and now you're waiting until you can get one. That's really cute. Get an iguana? Yeah, you'd have to be careful with iguanas and kittens. An iguana might just go, nom nom. Poison plus poison equals no poison. Just make out with someone with poison. Ah, very smart. Yeah, so you just have to find someone who also has poison spit and make out. Gotcha. Hang on. Oh. I got a crack in my shoulder blade. Oh, that was needed. Okay, let's finish off this little story here. Where were we? Fiona and the others came up to him then and put their hands on his head and made much of him. And they brought him to their own hunting cabin, and he ate and drank with them. And before long he lost his wildness and was the same as themselves. And as to Bran and Skewlin, they were never tired playing about him. They literally gave him a head pat and were like, "You're our friend now." And this is what Fionn thought. There was some look of sive about in his face, and that it might be he was her son, and he kept him always beside him. And little by little, when the boy had learned their talk, he told them all he could remember. He used to be with a deer he loved very much, he said, and that cared and sheltered him. And it was in a wide place they used to be, having hills and valleys and streams and woods in it. But that was shut in with high cliffs on every side, and that there was no way of escaping from it. And he used to be eating fruits and roots in the summer, and in the winter there was food left for him in the shelter of a cave. And a dark-looking man used to be coming to the place, and sometimes he would speak to the deer softly and gently, and sometimes with a loud, angry voice. But whenever he spoke, she would always draw away from him, with the appearance of a great dread on her, and the man would go away in great anger. And then the last time he saw the deer, his mother, the dark man was speaking to her for a long time, from softness to anger. At the end of that he struck her with a hazel rod, and with that she was forced to follow him, and she looking back all the while at the child, and crying after him that anyone would pity her. And he tried hard to follow after them, and made every attempt, and cried with grief and rage, but he had no power to move. And when he could hear his mother no more, he fell on the grass, and his wits went from him. And when he awoke, it was on the side of the hill he was on where the hounds found him, and he searched a long time for the place where he was brought up, but could not find it. The name the Fianna gave him was Oisin, and it was he who was their maker of poems, and their good fighter afterwards. You saw a chunky cat at the cat cafe? I know chunky cats are cute. They are quite cute. But at the same time, I like animals to be at a healthy weight. As long as maybe a little bit of chub is probably okay, just like a little bit. But I don't like the chunker thing. As funny as it does look, I don't like it. You want to play that violent video game again? That was funny. Oh, you mean Half Sword? Yeah, I might play that again sometime. There's a fat cat outside your place. It's so fat. Oh no, Haru. Go pat his belly. He's so fat he can't run away, so he just has to lie there and accept belly pats. Pretty early Ruadh stream today? Yeah, actually, it is a pretty early Ruadh stream. I'll probably still stream for kind of a roughly the same length of time, but just to try and get into bed earlier, because I mentioned earlier in the stream that I may have not gotten to sleep until like 5 o'clock. No, wait, was it like somewhere between 5 and 6, basically. I was now listen, and I was up at 8 then. Well, no, I was up at 8, but I fell asleep again for like 3/4 of an hour, and then I was working. Get off your phone. I was watching basketball in America. Okay, it was very important that I do this. He already slapped you once already. Oh no! You should go pet him again. Surely it can't happen. It was for a sports game, understandable. Yeah, sports ball. Ruadh, you saw someone who played Half Sword and had insane precision. You mean me? No, I imagine that it's actually like someone who's actually good at the game. Bro watches basketball. I watch it for Jokic, because Jokic is really good. Bro likes watching men play with balls. Shut up, Haru. I was talking earlier about hurling, which is an Irish sport. It's a really cool sport. Haru, I think you'd like it because they're in short shorts, like rugby. And they have strong legs. You're thinking you should play Half Sword with your drawing tablet? That's actually not a bad idea. You could probably have, like, if that would work, if that would work, you would actually be you'd be able to be very precise. You maybe get banned off your Xbox for the day for screaming so loud. You think you could be an ASMR person, people? No, no, if you're screaming, that's not ASMR. You can see the ass you're about to say, please. I know how your brain works, Haru. I've seen all of the rugby posts that you send into the Discord. I see what's common about them. How many pages do we have left of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you know what? We might try and get this story done. Your dad could hear you when he was outside cleaning. Bagel, you need to be careful, Brody. You can't just be screaming. You have to be smart about things, because that's how you lose privileges. Please, bro, your profile pic. No. FYP, huh? Is ass muscles, mommy Ria, and for you page. Oh. Shut up. I'm hip. I'm cool. I'm down with the kids, Haru. I promise. I'm down with the kids. I'm up to date with the lingos. I know how to jive. Fool. Old grandpa. I'm not an well. You know what? Maybe I am an old grandpa at this point with my neck. I can just make all the old man sounds. Brody, be careful with your vocal cords, please. You can actually really damage your voice if you like. Apparently, you've already done that a little bit, but like you can like seriously do damage. Be careful. Ugh. I think we'll try and get through this story, and then I'll be happy then with that reading. Do you do the old man thing where they spit? What? Where they spit loudly early morning? No, ew, that sounds horrible. What do you mean spit? Where do I spit? Usually I would spit if I was like, washing my teeth. Huh? This is definitely a new one for me. Type. No, I don't do that. I actually, unless like I don't know, for some reason there was something in my mouth that I just really wanted to get out, I'm not going to be spitting on the ground. Like if there was something there, I'd be like, yuck. Like, I'd spit then, but like I'm not just going to spit on the ground for no reason. That's very disrespectful. What is going on? I don't know. Haru only knows that old people like spit on the ground, everything. Or at least old men. They just spit. Ugh, men and spit. You know what, Haru, I actually understand this, because there's a lot of people that I see that just like spit on the ground, and it's horrible. I genuinely hate it. It's just disgusting. Let me take a quick hydrate, like swallow your spit. Yeah, it's really not that bad. Gotta deck all of them who spit like that in the streets. That's how I get sent. That's how I get sent to jail. Not how I got sent to jail. No, I have not been in jail. I do not have a criminal record. Don't worry, guys. I promise. I'm a good boy. Chapter 5. The Best Men of the Fianna. And while Oisin was in his young youth, Fionn had other good men along with him, and the best of them were Goel, son of Morna, and Cuilta, son of Ronan, Cuilta mac Ronan, and Luig's son. As to Goal, that was of Connacht, he was very tall and light-haired, and some say he was the strongest of all the Fianna. Fionn made a poem in praise of him one time, when some stranger was asking what sort he was, saying how hardy he was and brave in battle, and as strong as a hound or as a waves, with all that was so kind and gentle and open-hearted and sweet-voiced, and faithful to his friends. And the chessboard he had was called the Solotaireacht, the shining thing. Some of the chessmen were made of gold, and some of them made of silver, and each of them was big as the first of the biggest men of the Fianna. I'm sorry, wait, what? I'm sorry, how big is this? The chessboard he has was called the Solotaireacht, the shining thing. The chessmen were made of gold and some of silver, and each one of them were as big as the fist. Sorry, I read that wrong. I thought they said as big as the men. I was like, what? As the fist of the biggest man of the Fianna. And after the death of Goal, it was buried in Slieve Buan. Okay, you know what? That makes sense. As big as the biggest fist. I've seen some pretty big hands before. Those would be some big old chess pieces. I thought this guy was just lugging around. Like, no wonder he's so strong. He's carrying, like, multiple tons of gold and silver every time he walks. And as to Cuilta, that was a grey, thin man. He was the best runner of them all, and he did many good deeds. And he did a good many great deeds. A big man of the Fomor he killed one time, and he killed a 5-headed giant in a wheeling door. And another time he made an end of an enchanted boar that no one else could get near. He killed a grey stag that had gotten away from the Fianna through 27 years. Another time he brought Fionn out of Tara, where he was kept by force by the High King, because of some rebellion the Fianna had stirred up. And when Cuilta heard Fionn had been brought away to Tara, he went out to avenge him. And the first he killed was Curach, a king of Leinster that had a great name, and he brought his head up the hill that is above Buv of Meac. And after that he made a great rout through Ireland, bringing sorrow in every house for the sake of Fionn, killing a man in every place, and killing the calves of the cows. Yeah, I'm sorry. By the way, guys, yeah, my like father's a bit of a murderer at times. But hey, that's just, they shouldn't have kidnapped Fionn. They shouldn't have kidnapped his brother. Well, his like nephew. No, sorry, his uncle? Yeah, I think Fionn is uncle to Cuilta. And every door the red wine from the east blew on. And every door the red wind from the east blew on, he would throw it open and go in and destroy all those before him, setting fire to the fields and giving the wife of one man to another. Good Lord, my father's... Oh my God, my father's a vicious, vicious man. Oh my God, oh no. And when he came to Tara, he came to the palace and took the clothes off the doorkeeper. No, he's just stripping people now. And he left his own sword that was worn thin in the king's sheath. And he took the king's sword that had great power in it. And he went into the palace then in the disguise of a servant, to see how he could best free Fionn. And when evening came, Cuilta held the candle of the king's feast in the great hall. And after a while the king said, "You will wonder at what I tell you, Fionn, that the 2 eyes of Cuilta are in my candlestick." "Do not say that," said Fionn, "and do not put reproach on my people, although I myself am your prisoner. For as to Cuilta," he said, "that is not the way with him, for it is a high mind he has, and he only does high deeds, like stripping people, apparently. And he would not stand serving with a candle for all the gold of the whole world." After that, Cuilta was serving the King of Ireland with drink.
and when he was standing beside him, he gave out a high, sorrowful lament. "There is the smell of Quilta's skin on that lament," said the king. And when Quilta saw he knew he spoke out, he spoke out and said, Tell me what way I can get the freedom of my master." "There is no way to get freedom for him, but by doing one thing," said the king, "and that is a thing you can never do. If you can bring me together a couple of all the wild creatures of Ireland," he said, "I will give you your master to you then." When Quilta heard him say that, he made no delay, but he set out from Tara, and went through the whole of Ireland to do the work for the sake of Fionn. It is with the flocks of birds he began, though they were scattered in every part, and from them he went on to the beasts, and he gathered 2 of every sort. 2 ravens from Fionn de Vain. Phone, what's going on? Relax. What the hell was going on there? Oh, it was just Discord. God damn it, Discord. I hate when sometimes like Discord, when I have my PC open, it doesn't like do any of the notifications because all the notifications are coming through my PC Discord app. But then when I when I close my PC, like shut it down, everything will go to the phone, like everything that it's missed, and I'll have like a minute of just notifications. It's so annoying. Sometimes they all come in as one, like I'll just hear one ding, but I'll have like 20 notifications. Two raven from Fjord of Vain, 2 wild duck from Loch na Saline, or Saline, 2 foxes from Sleeve Coolin, 2 wild oxen from Burren, 2 swans from the blue Dorvan, 2 owls from the woods of Faradrum, 2 polecats from the branchy wood of the side of Druin the Rain, the ridge of the Victories, 2 gulls from the strand of Loch Leith, 4 woodpeckers from the White Brosna. For some reason, he just wanted to get 4, I guess. Maybe he thought, like, oh, the woodpeckers are a little bit like, they could die very easily. 2 plovers from Carrig Dane, 2 thrushes from Lade Lomard, 2 wrens from Doon Ave, 2 herons from Corin Cleave, 2 eagles from Carrig of the Stones, 2 hawks from Fia Cornock, 2 sows from Log Maelga, 2 water hens from Loch Erne, 2 moor hens from Mona Maith, 2 sparrow hawks from Duve Loch, 2 stone chats from Mag Cullen, 2 tomtits from Mag Tullen, 2 swallows from Sean Alvla, 2 I don't even know what this one is, 2 cormorants from Athclia, 2 wolves from Bruth Cleatuk, 2 blackbirds from the strand of the 2 women, 2 roebucks, dude, he really went out and got everything. From the Luaker era, 2 pigeons from the Caes Cura. Or Caes Cur. Oh my god, this goes on for so long. 2 nightingales from Leatarua, 2 starlings from Greenside of Tara, 2 rabbits from Sit Duvdon, 2 wild pigs from Cluaquir, 2 cuckoos from Drum Div, 2 lapwings from Lilane Nafirach, 2 woodcocks from Criavrua, 2 hawks from the Bright Mountain, 2 grey mice from Lumneck, 2 otters from the Boyne, 2 larks from the Great Bog, 2 bats from the Cave of the Nuts, 2 badgers from the province of Ulster, 2 landrails from the banks of the Sinon, 2 wagtails from Port Laura, 2 curlews from the harbour of Golive, 2 hares from Murthame, 2 deer from Seath Brudha, 2 peacocks from Magamela, 2... He already got cormorants, what? 2 eels from Duat Dur, 2 gold finches from Sleeve na Nuan, 2 birds of slaughter from Magvulig, 2 bright swallows from Gurnard, 2 red breasts from the Great Wood, 2 rock cod from Galacarrig, 2 sea pigs from the Great Sea, 2 wrens from Mias Nachul, 2 salmon from Aes Vic Myrna, 2 clean deer from Glen na Smoil, 2 cows from Magmoor, 2 cats from the Cave of Cruachan, 2 sheep from the Bright Sleeve Dovlin, 2 pigs of the pig of the son of Lear, and a crimson sheep from Innis. A ram and a crimson sheep from Innis. And along with all these he brought 10 hounds of the hounds of the Fianna, and a horse and a mare of the beautiful horses of Manannán. My father was a busy, busy man, as you can see. Oh my god. You know, the one cool thing about this is, I guess, you know, if you ever want to know like what animals were around back then, they list every single one and where they can be found. Oh my god. That was... Let me check. Hang on a second. That was... That's like a page and a quarter. It's a hunter's guide. It really is, yeah. Dude, imagine this guy coming back to your castle with like all of these things. What do you even do with them? And when Quilta had gathered all these, he brought them to the one place. But when he tried to keep them together, they scattered here and there from him. No, no, please. The raven went away southward, and that vexed him greatly. But he overtook it again in Glen Davane, beside Loch Lochan. And then his wild duck went away from him, and it was not easy to get it again. But he followed it through every stream to Greacool, till he took it by the neck and brought it back, and in no way willing. And indeed, through the length of his life, Quilta remembered well all he went through that time with the birds, big and little, travelling over hills and ditches and striving to bring them with him, that he might set Fionn his master free. It's like the chapter in American Psycho where he describes everything in his room. Do not make my father the American Psycho of the Fianna. And when he came to Tara, he had more to go through yet, for the king had not let him bring them in before morning, but gave him a house having 9 doors in it, to put them up in for the night. And no sooner were they put in it, that they raised a loud screech all together, for a little ray of light was coming to them through 50 openings, and they were trying to make their escape. And if they were not easy in the house, Quilta was not easy outside it, watching every door till the rising of the sun on the morrow. And when he brought out his troop, the name the people gave them was Quilta's rabble, and there was no wonder at all in that. But all the profit the King of Ireland got from them was to see them together for that one time. For no sooner did Fionn get his freedom that the whole of them scattered here and there, and no 2 of them went by the same road out of Tara. Gaelic psycho. And that was one of the best things Quilta, son of Ronan, ever did. Hey, I'm one of those great things too. Book. Don't forget about me. Another time he ran from the wave of Cleadna in the south to the wave of Ruadh in the north, and Collo, his son, was a very good runner too, and one time he ran a race backwards against the 3 battalions of the Fianna for a chessboard, and he won the race, but if he did, he went backward over Baenader into the sea. What does that mean? I don't understand. Very good hearing Quilta also had. One time he heard the king of Lugna of Connacht at his hunting, and Blatmec, that was with him, said, What is that hunt, Quilta? A hunt of 3 packs of hounds, he said, and 3 sorts of wild creatures before them. Oh no, why is everything about animals with my father? It's either just hunting or capturing animals or stripping people of their clothing or killing them. I don't know which is worse. The first hunt, he said, is after stags and large deer, and the second hunt is after swift small hares, the third a furious hunt after heavy boars. And what is the 4th hunt, Quilta? Said Blatmec. It is the hunt of heavy-sided, low-bellied badgers. And then they heard coming after the hunt the shouts of the lad, and the readiest of the men and serving men that were best at carrying burdens. And Blathmech went out to see the hunting, and just as Quilta had told them, that was the way it was. He also understood the use of herbs. One time he met with two women that were very downhearted, because their husbands had gone from them to take other wives, and Quilta gave them druid herbs, and they put them in the water of the bat and washed in it, and the love of their husbands came back to them, and they sent away the new wives they had taken. Damn, imagine if you just had a herb that you just make your husband take a bath in, and he just like is instantly forever loyal. Would you guys use the mind altering herb? Yes. Yeah. I would too. The mind break bath? Yeah. You could you know what? You can both go into it at the same time. It's like a form of marriage, really. It's like, let's both go into the mind break bath. And like forever love one another only. That would actually be kind of sweet. That would be a really sweet thing to do together. That's your male fantasy. That's my male fantasy too. Your male fantasy. We only have, I think it's like a page. Wait, 3 and a half pages. We should get this done fairly soon. And as to Luig's son, that was of Fion's blood, and another of the best men of Fianna. He was put into Fion's arms as a child, and he was reared by Dubon's daughter, that had reared 800 fighting men of the Fianna, till his 12th year, and then she gave him all he wanted, of arms and armour, and he went to Corrig Coluin, and the mountains of Slieve Blava, where Fionn and the Fianna were at that time. And Fionn gave him a very gentle welcome, and he struck his hand in Fionn's hand, and he made agreement of service with him. He stopped through the whole length of a year with the Fianna, but he was some way sluggish through all that time. So under his leading not more than 9 of the Fianna got to kill so much as a boar or a deer, and along with that he used to beat both his servants and his hounds. Okay, Luigid's son doesn't sound like a very good person. At last 3 battalions of the Fianna went to where Fionn was, at the point of the Fianna on the edge of Loch Lane, and they made their complaint against Luigid's son, and it is what they said. Make your choice now. Will you have us with you, or will you have Luigid's son by himself? Then Luigid's son came to Fionn, and Fionn asked him, What is it has put the whole of the Fianna against you? By my word, he says, I do not know the reason, unless it might be they do not like me to be doing my feats and casting my spears among them. Then Fionn gave him an advice, and it is what he said. If you have a mind to be a good champion, be quiet in a great man's house, but be surely in the narrow pass. Do not beat your hound without a cause. Do not bring a charge against your wife without having knowledge of her guilt. Do not hurt a fool in fighting, for he is without his wits. Do not find fault with high-up persons. Do not stand up to take part in a quarrel. Have no dealings with a bad or foolish man. Let 2/3 of your gentleness be showed to women and to little children that are creeping on the floor, and to men of learning that make the poems. And do not be rough with the common people. Do not give your reverence to all. Do not be ready to have one bed with your companions. Do not threaten or speak big words, for it is a shameful thing to speak stiffly unless you are to carry it out afterwards. Do not beat your hound. Period, sister. If your hound is like attacking someone, maybe that's a good time to beat it. It depends on if the person deserves it, though. They might do. Do not speak against others to their lord. That is not the work of good man. Maybe the owner needs a beating. No, don't beat me. Nah, I don't beat my dog. I wouldn't beat my dog. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. Sometimes he would pull my arm out of its socket though when I would take him for walks. And I'd have to like drag him back. He was a feisty young fella, but he's calmed with age. He's definitely calmed with age. And now he just is comfy. Show your hound. I've shown him before, I'm pretty sure. I showed him it would have been back in Christmas time. He was under the blanket with me. Maybe you remember. He's technically a family member's hound. But he's a very, very good boy. Do not speak against others to their lord. That is not the work for a good man. Do not be a bearer of lying stories, or the tale bearer that is always chattering. Do not be talking too much. Do not find fault hastily, however brave you may be. Do not raise factions against you. Do not be going to drinking houses or finding faults with old men. Do not meddle with low people. This is right conduct, I am telling you. Do not refuse to share your meat. Do not have a... Oh, that's an old word. That is an old word. Hang on, let me... So this is an old word, meaning a mean or ungenerous person. Also known as a miser sometimes, one could think of. However, it is, it sounds vaguely similar, and by vaguely I mean quite close to another word that I probably shouldn't say. So just for the sake of it, I'm just going to replace the word instead with miser to avoid any banning. Do not refuse to share your meat. Do not have a miser for your friend. Do not force yourself on a great man or give him occasion to speak against you. Hold fast to your arms till the hard fight is well ended. Do not give up your opportunity. But with that, follow after gentleness. That good advice Fionn gave, and he was able to do that, for it was said of him that he had all the wisdom of a little child that is busy about the house, and the mother herself not understanding what he is doing, and that is the time she had most pride in him. And as to Luig's son, that advice stayed always with him, and he changed his ways, and after a while he got a great name among the poets of Ireland and of Alban, and whenever they would praise Fionn in their poems, they would praise him as well. And Aoife, daughter of the king of Lochlann, that was married to Mull, son of Ale, king of Alban, heard the great praise the poets were given to Luig's son, and she set her love on him for the sake of those stories. One time Mal, her husband, and his young men went hunting the Slieve Mormonea in the north of Alban, and when he was gone, Aoife made a plan in her sunny house, where she was to go over to Ireland herself and her 9 foster sisters. And they set out and went over the mains of the sea, till they came to Bayonader, and there they landed. Hello, Haley. It's nice to see you. Welcome in. I hope you're being nice and cozy. It chanced on that day there was a hunting going on, from Slieve Blava to Bayonader, and Fionn was in his hunting seat, and his fosterling, brown-haired Durvin, beside him, and the little lad was looking about him on every side, and he saw a ship coming to strand, and a queen with modest looks on the ship, and 9 women among with her. They landed then, and they came up to where Fionn was, bringing every sort of present with them, and Aoife sat down beside him, and Fionn asked news of her, and she told him the whole story, how she had given her love to Luig's son, and was coming over the sea looking for him, and Fionn made her welcome. And when the hunting was over, the chief men of the Fianna came back to where Fionn was, and everyone asked him who was the queen that was with him, and Fionn told them her name, and what it was that brought her to Ireland. We welcome her that made her that journey, and they said they all, for there is not in Ireland or in Alban a better man than the man she has come looking for, unless of course Fionn himself, and me, at this time. And as to Luig's son, it was on the far side of Slieve Blava, He was hunting that day, and he was the last to come in, and he went into Fionn's tent. And when he saw the woman beside him, he questioned Fionn the same as the others had done. And Fionn told him the whole story. "It is to you she has come," he said, "and here she is, to you out of my hand, and all the war and the battles she brings with her. But it will not fall heavier on you," he said, "than on the rest of the Fianna." And she was with Louis's son a month and a year without being asked for. But one day the 3 battalions of the Fianna were on the hill of the Poet of Leinster, and they saw 3 armed battalions equal to themselves coming against them, and they asked who was bringing them. "It is Mal, son of Ale, is bringing them," said Fionn, "to avenge his wife on the Fianna. And it is a good time they are come," he said, "when we are gathered together at the one spot." Then the 2 armies made towards one another, and Mal, son of Ale, took hold of his arms, and 3 times he broke through the Fianna, and every time 100 fell by him. And in the middle of the battle, he and Louis's son met, and they fought against one another with sword and spear. And whether the fight was short or long, it was Mal who fell by Louis's son at the last. Aoife stood on a hill nearby, as long as the battle lasted, and from that point out she belonged to Louis's son, and was a mother of children to him. "Hello, Banana. It's nice to see you." Damn, dude. Imagine your wife leaves you for some, like, famous guy across another ocean. You go to, like, try and fight for her, and then you get killed by that very guy. That guy got uber cocked. Not only that, but his story got told. It got written down. Thank you for the hydrate, Banana. I really needed it at the end. It's nice to see you guys. Hang on. Oh, that was a crack. Hello, Gwynny. It's nice to see you. Hiding. You hiding there. I see you. If you get cocked, please don't write songs about it. I'm gonna write the best poetry about it, Mike. I'm gonna send it into all of the like publishers and get it. It's gonna become one of those famous poems of all time. Hydrate or dihydrate. Yeah, that's true. Hi. How's the Gwynny doing? How's the goblin doing? The blue ballad. Oh, I'm sorry. My neck is being at me now. I think it might be that I've sat down for quite a while and kind of holding the book in one position while I read. Kind of just massaging my trap now. Ugh. You're okay, just relaxing. Nice. Unfortunately, this is I kind of finished the reading. Well, I finished the reading for this portion of the stream. Or, well, this stream. So now I'm just going to be chilling for a little bit. Oh, man. Here's hoping my neck and shoulder, ease out properly by tomorrow morning. Chilling is good. You will help. Thank you, Gwynny. If you can just, yeah, you have, no. No, don't poke me, face. No, you're not hitting the right spot. You're meant to be getting my neck and my, traps. But you're like a goblin, so you have, small hands. So you can, get into, the nook and cranny of the muscles. You won't stay still, so it's hard. No. I don't want to be poked. No. But you can really get in. I remember one time I got a proper massage. I went to a place that did it. And I remember at one point, it was probably the part that hurt the most, but it hurt in a good way. She dug her elbow, I think it was her elbow, into I guess tracing the line of the shoulder blade down all the way down. I remember being oh, just grunting in pain, but also it being it was the perfect mix of ow, 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 and oh, please keep doing it. Ah, shit, I really am. Where's Lancelot to go masochistic Ruadh? No, listen, massages are really good. Massages are pretty good, I have to say. I might go for another one because I might need one. I might need one. Get another like back and shoulder massage. I remember being. What if I could? I think if you pay like just a little bit extra, you get like a whole hour, rather than like 30 minutes. I might do that. Hello, Gusto. It's nice to see you. How are you? I do apologize. I started a little bit earlier today, so I'll probably be finishing a little bit earlier too. But how you doing, Gusto? How's your week going? How's your weeks going, by the way? Banana and Haley and Gob Gwynny. I struggled on your name for a sec, Gwynny. I'm so used to calling people by like their names on Twitch, but like I like calling you Gwynny instead. Ugh. Ugh. You didn't get much sleep, but you're groovy. Dude, I think, like, did none of us get any sleep? I stayed up really late watching the Denver Nuggets play the Thunder. Good week so far. You've been working on some D&D stuff. Ooh, very cool. Are you like DMing or are you playing a game? Oh, D&D should be going ahead tomorrow. I'm pretty certain. Let me double check. Is there any... I think the plan is we're actually going to do 2 streams this week. Assuming it works for everyone. I think we're going to try and do Wednesday and Friday to make up for the fact that we didn't do one last week. Stayed up watching men play with balls. Yeah. Who wouldn't stay up watching that? But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yippee. Yippee. Boat, you're setting up a game you'll DM soon, but you're also part of a different game as a player. Nice. I'm glad you're getting both sides then. You're not just like forever DM. It sounds like you have a lot of experience then. If you're like DMing, it sounds like you have like a lot of experience with D&D. It's my like first D&D game. Proper. Like actual tabletop. Although it's not tabletop, it's online, but you know. I've been really enjoying it. It's a really fun little party. So I'm hoping that we can get the two sessions in. Been a couple of years, so you're basically getting back into it slowly. That's fair. I mean, taking on a DM, I feel so scared trying to DM. That feels like it would be a very terrifying thing to do. I feel like maybe I'd be too self-indulgent though. That's the only thing. If I was to do, like, I would really like to describe fights. Like, you know, the back and forth. One thing that I kind of like to do is, like, I've never done DMing, but like I feel like I try and describe certain things as like, you know, your health points or your hit points aren't necessarily damage. You know, if you lose some hit points, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have been hit, but maybe, you know, I always think of like, you know, if you get hit by like a disintegration beam and it doesn't kill you, you know, if it knocks you down to 0, you turn to dust. But like, I always think that like, if you get hit by it and you lose all those hit points, you actually don't get hit by it. You narrowly avoid it, and like you're like freaked by this because I don't know, maybe you sense this feeling of dread from this if this thing hit you. You basically use up your like luck in a sense, and then maybe for your next fight you misstep. You're a little bit shaken, so you're not as quick as you normally are. So then when you take damage the next time and suddenly you're already down, well, you just made a wrong step and you got stabbed. Shaken, not stirred. You gonna try DM for your friends? Good luck, Gusto, good luck. You enjoy world building and story crafting? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I have written fan fictions before where I like continued storylines that I wanted. You guys will never see them though. I'll say like the first like one or two aren't that great. I feel like the first one or two aren't that great, but I feel like once I get into the third one, and then by the time of my fourth story, it's actually not bad at all. Like it's actually kind of, there's some good stuff in there. There's some decent writing in there. Shame I never finished it. Oops. I'm sorry. I was one of those authors. I was one of those authors who left their dead story. I just hit writer's block, and it's been too long now. I feel like I can't go back to it. I'm sorry. Same. Oh, I feel bad. I think I hit like 100,000 words. Over 100,000 words total in like this little series I had done. You've been in writer's block for like 4 years. Oh, if I had a hug emote, I'd send it for all of you, but I don't. So instead, I'll hit you with the brewer. There we go. That's as good as a hug. Doesn't want to hug us, cry. No, I do want to hug you guys. Hang on. Do I have a good hug emote? That's a good hug emote. There we go. I'd give you guys a big hug. I've been told I give good hugs. I've been told like by 3 separate people that I give pretty good hugs. Although I remember one time I think maybe I just didn't realize what was happening, but a girl like complained that I was hugging her wrong because I kept trying to do the like over under, and she was like, "No, you do both your hands under. You should hug both of your hands under." And I was like really confused, and I was like, "Okay, I think I just didn't realize. I think she was hitting on me." Oopsies. I was clueless. I think that because she wanted to do like the over, like throwing her arms over. She was quite tall, I will say. She was a tall lady, and she was in heels too. You dummy! Listen. I am a dummy. If you can't give me a hug but have a tomato, thank you. That was not a good idea. Ugh. Just eating a raw tomato. Not the blue-eyed stare. Get stared at. Same, you're like 75% there with a story, you're just having a hard time getting to the page. I think that's the thing with my story, is that like I knew how I wanted it to end. I had an idea in place. I just couldn't figure out how to get to the next full beat. Me when I'm a himbo. Depends on the mood if 2 arms under or 1 on 1. Yeah. I think though, like I just messed up. I think we did hug. We hugged like 3 times because each time it took like 2 times. She was like, no, like I think what happened was I hugged her once, and she was like, no, stop. And then she went to do the hug again. I was like, okay, what? She's like, no, both of your hands go under. I was like, okay. And then we hugged properly, I guess, for her. And then I said goodbye, and then I never thought about it. I never like put the pieces together in my brain. I'm a silly boy. Ruadh Himbo edition. Also, hello, Amplesaurus. I don't think I actually said hello to you properly. You wrote the ending, beginning from middle to end, and hoping to use the story to branch out to other stories in the same world. I did like a big series of stories. Silly. I know. Guys, listen. Men can we can be very slow on picking up on signals. Please be patient with us. Ugh. You guys need to make it very clear. Like, you need to hand us a letter that says, I am going to hit on you. And even then, that might not work. Nice to chip in. Someone needs peace. Need a hat that says, "Please be patient. I'm a male." Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Gwynny. She's gonna give me a piece of paper that says you're a nerd, and she's gonna run away with her little goblin feet. Relatable. Ugh. Hang on. I have like this not a medicine ball, but like this massage ball that's basically it's about the same size of a slitter or a baseball, and it's rock solid. And what I've been doing is I've been putting it into like a sock, like a long sock, putting it onto the wall and like just massaging against it to try and loosen out my shoulder blades and neck. You could hit on Rua, but you need a new punching bag. Oi. Unlike regular punching bags, this punching bag can fight back. I'd be moving. I'd be ducking and weaving and dipping and dodging, throwing jabs, throwing a jab to the body, jab, left body hook. I'm a southpaw, by the way. I'm left-handed, if you guys didn't know. I don't know if I've ever brought that up. I have 100% brought that up, that I'm left-handed. I'm pretty certain I brought that up. Yeah, no, I definitely have, because I think I talked about getting, like, smudging the ink on my hand before. Good night, all. Have a good day. Have a nice rest, Applesaurus. Thank you for joining. From the massage story, you seem to like it, though. No, because that was like an actual massage. That she knew what she was doing when she dug her fucking elbow into my shoulder blade and dragged it along. Also, it was just nice. It was just nice in general. Like, I went in there and there was like soft music playing, and like there was like the nice smell of incense and stuff. It was very nice. Would do again, and maybe I should do again to try and relax. You know what? When I'm free sometime soon, in the next couple of weeks, when I'm gonna be like free to do stuff, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a massage. I think I deserve it. Yeah. I think I've said before that if I ever want to do a hand cam stream, because I've never done one before, I realize. I think I'd go get like a manicure. I'd get a manicure just to be on the safe side. You know? just to make sure my nails at least look nice. I think I'd like wait like a week or two, let my nails grow out like really long and be like, okay, ladies, make these look nice for people. Putting the man in manicure. Yeah, exactly. Ladies really just stole it from us, didn't they? We used to be the ones pampering our nails. And they stole it. Paint them pink. No. I might get like clear gloss. I don't know. I feel like that's a dangerous, like even just getting any gloss would be potentially dangerous. Because people can be weird. Make him green. Green for a goblin. Green for Ireland, I suppose. I could do that thing. What if I did a hand cam stream and I had like painted black nails, I had like fingerless gloves, I had like rings and stuff. I had like all of the hallmarks of e-boy. Like e-boy manicure menstruation. It might fit, actually. I don't know. I could do it. Just how easy is it to get? I'd have to get like nail removal. Oh god, I don't know how to use these things. I'd like burn a hole in my hand trying to get it off. You've been told by someone that when you hugged them, you touched them so gently, it was as if they might disappear if you touched them too hard. Did you fumble? I think you may have fumbled. I think they wanted you to hug them harder. How dare the women steal menstruation from us? I know, what the hell? That was our thing. No, you know what? They can keep it. That shit looks like it sucks. That's one thing. That's one thing. Boys, offer, if ladies going through that, offer a massage. I think they enjoy that, because it can be rough on some of them. And that's all I'm going to talk about, because I don't want to talk about that in any more detail than I need to. But yeah, I don't know what I'd do for a hand cam stream. I don't know what I would do for a hand cam stream. I need to figure something out. Because I think I should do one, surely. But then I had the question of, do I show my hands? You know, or do I do the real VTuber experience and have gloves so you guys can't see them? Oh. I had to allow that. There we go. As a trans man, it does suck. Chocolate snacks and massage help. That's all. I see. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Ruadh reveals that he is indeed Irish. Wait, how did I reveal I was Irish? What did I do? Do I peel potatoes? Is that what I do on stream? Is that what I should do on stream? Peel potatoes to prove that I'm Irish? Or like, do I show you guys my like pot of gold? I could show you guys all like my books. That could be cool. That could be a cool stream. I could show you guys like, I could just do like, grab random books and like talk about them. Pot of gold reveal, yeah. I just show you guys an image of my investments and it's all red. It's like my pot of gold isn't doing too well at the moment. The rainbow isn't really rainbowing. But it is down today by 0.7%, which isn't too bad. I'm plus. Hang on, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. That was a hold it in sneeze. Sometimes I can sneeze and it's a big loud like dad sneeze. Bless you to thank you guys for the blessings. Oh, that was a good sneeze, or that was a good crack. Go drown, bro. Okay. Glug glug. I'm drowning. Blech. Ugh, I'm sniffy. Why did I fucking know? Why was I was watching the chat. I was watching the chat. Waiting for it. Waiting for someone to say something like that. Because the moment I said it, I was like, I know what's about to happen. Blow your nose. No, I don't want you guys to hear me blow my nose on stream. I'll blow it later. I'll blow it afterwards. Ugh. Sore, injured neck and shoulder, stuffy nose. What a disaster. You know your chat very well. Yeah. I feel like I could do that with 95% of VTuber chats and I'd still be correct though. You blow it afterwards. After stream. No. Fuck. Shame chat can't watch. No. I am going to beat all of you. I don't care. 100 men versus a gorilla? How about Ruadh versus his chat? What did you do? You poked me in the face. But you're like a little goblin, so all I have to do is like pick you up and put you on the top shelf and then you can't get down. Who says we're not into that? with hammers, Mike. Okay, maybe Mike's into it a little bit more. Tisk. Grabbing the goblin and just placing on the shelf. Pat pat. Maybe you guys are into being punching bags. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like you guys want the opposite when you attack me with the meanest of bullying. But I don't know. I don't even know what my audience is anymore. Uppies and beating us up, threatening us. What a good time. I should get a Rua Uppies emote. I should get a Rua's Uppie emote. What did you do? Nothing, Gusto. You don't get beaten. You're a good boy. Yeah. Oh god, I'm sorry. I burped. I thought it would be a yawn. It did not become a yawn. Uppies. I do apologize if I'm a little bit tired today or if I sound like low energy. It's because I am. I got 2 hours of sleep. And I've been running on fumes since like since the stream started, to be honest. Tusk. Uppies. I'll give you guys uppies. I'll put you guys on my shoulders and run around, and then I'll forget that you're on there, and I'll run under a bridge, and you guys will fall off. Should have taken a nap. I actually was going to take a nap. I was going to take a 20-minute nap, and then start streaming my usual time. But I was I was going to do that, but I was oh wait, I should probably go take a pee first. And then by the time I finished, I was I'll just do stream now. That was kind of how that happened. I was lying down in bed, and I was I gotta go to the bathroom. Up I went. A 10-minute nap is all you need. Yeah, you guys, you just need a 10-minute nap a day. That's all. That's fine. That's worse than you. Yes. Last night was a poor decision. Actually, Ruadh, do you have a chat mascot like some VTubers have? I don't actually. I guess I just refer to you guys. I don't even refer to you guys as my Fenians, but I guess that's what you guys are. But I feel I should try and come up with a good fan name and a little mascot. Do you guys want to be the Brewers? Well, you can't because there's only one brewer, and it's that brewer. Besides, if you guys were all brewer, I just use you guys for my toasted sandwiches and my tuna sandwiches. Actually, do you guys want to be brewer? I could use more bread. Plank Tua? Dear God, no. I would Molotov cocktail my own chat if you all turned out to be a bunch of Plank Tuas. I would make no, was it Vietnam? Yeah, I think it was now. I would make Nam look like a barbecue. If I saw those goddamn things coming towards me. I hate that image so much. It's disgustingly perfect. In its own strange way. You love it so much. I know you do. You and Ruadh. Who's this person? Blessedly cursed. It really is. It really is. But speaking of getting to sleep, it's just gone 20 to 12, 20 to midnight. So I should probably get to bed because, I haven't slept properly and I need to be up early tomorrow. So I should get to bed and get to sleep. Thank you guys for joining me. It's always a pleasure to have you guys. Who to read? You better sleep this time. I'll try. Sometimes I still stay up late. Wait, guys. What if there's another sporting event, though, at 4 a.m.? Get off your phone. No. Leave me alone. Oh my god, I thought I was about to get a foot cramp. I was going to be very upset. Does anyone have any raid recommendations? I'm trying to see who among my friends are on, or who's doing like ASMR. Hmm. 'Twas down by the glenside I met an old woman. I listened a while to the song she was humming. Glorio, Glorio to the Bohemian men. Oh, there's a wolf. It's actually just a wolf. Well, it's not a wolf. It's like an animated wolf. Cassandra Dracos? That is quite the name. Let me look this person up. Cassandra's Chaos. Oh, she's doing typing. Oh, look at her little thing typing. Look at her little PNG typing. That's so cute. I like that. We're gonna raid this person. This lady. Cass is on. Do you guys know this person? I don't. But yeah, we're gonna raid this. What raid message? You guys know what Cass is like. You guys need to give me the raid message. We have like a minute to decide. It's fine. We've loads of time. Loads of time. You've only seen her around. We can raid. No, not raid. It's so dumb. How about we'll just do Rua raid. Will we just do a Rua raid? Just Rua raid. You can do like the Rua raid. Hang on. We'll do like this. With the smirk? We could do with the Brua. Wait, no, I don't think... Can you guys even use this one? I don't know if you can. Okay, we have like 15 seconds. Just... Bye-bye. Garemi Lamaga and Slongafol. Thank you guys for joining. I love you. Did I just say I love you? What the fuck?